Welcome back to T2's Book Club, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Abaddon's Gate, Book 3 of The Expanse. I started this on Thursday, and I'm done. It's Sunday, so it took me about 3.5, 4 days. I'll tell you my plan for the next book after I get done. But first of all, compared to the other two books, I feel like it went down just slightly in quality, but not really. It's just that I watched a TV show alongside it, and it wasn't one I was expecting. The last book introduced two new characters, Praxidike Ming and Bobby Draper, right? So it's like also Avasarala, Christian Avasarala. There's kind of like three new characters introduced in the last book. And the TV show is kind of like that too. It's kind of like you got this main 4 people on the crew of the Rocinante, and then they introduce a couple more. And like Praxidike kind of became a crew member for a little bit. And then at the end of that book, he kind of like went back with his daughter and he's gone. And then in this book, they introduce Clarissa Mao. She's Julie Mao's sister that kind of sabotages everything. Total fucking bad guy. But at the end, she flips it around because of this other character, Anna Volovodov, a Russian, sort of. She like lives on a Jupiter moon, Europa, I think, right? And it's like an icy planet, so she's Russian, so it's also cold. She's like a Methodist preacher or whatever, but she's like Russian. And the TV show, she's blonde, and the book, she's redhead. It's kind of weird. So her and Clarissa Mao, and also this new guy named Bull, who's like the main security guy for the Behemoth, which used to be called the Nauvoo. So if you haven't seen the TV show or the books, oh my god, this is how crazy the show is. You got in the future, there's all these, like, the religions are still there. Like I talked about the FedEx box that was like a container ship that they made into, right? It's all like modern day stuff, but it's carried on into the future slightly. So all of your main religions are still there. And Tycho Station is like out on the belt. And they're building this massive, what they call a generation starship for the Mormons. Because the Mormons believe that there's supposed to be like this planet that they go to when they die. So they're trying to like take a generation ship there and eventually like colonize it, right? So like a generation ship means you got your normal starships, different sizes from like corvettes to battleships to dreadnoughts, and then you got this thing which is like a whole battle state. It's like a whole orbital platform or whatever. It's massive. It's so big that you put like dirt in it and you spin around a big wheel so it has its own gravity, and you farm it like has like a light through the middle, so it's kind of like you're looking up at the sun. And it's called a generation ship because the people that leave are not there when it gets to where it's going. It's going to be on a journey like hundreds of years. So generationally, your kids' is probably going to be the one that's actually going to land it. You're taking off knowing that you're going to die on the ship, but you're making it like a little planet so that you're going to have a whole farming life and raising your kids on the ship. That's what's called a generation starship, right? So this guy just steals it. They've been building this generation starship for the Mormons, and this guy just like, well, we got this alien stuff that's on this planetoid, what do you call it, Eros station. It's like an asteroid that they turn into a substation planet. I don't know what you call it. And it starts moving it. The alien stuff just kind of flies it, and they try to knock it into the sun with this Nauvoo generation starship, and they miss. So then it kind of goes off towards the sun, and they eventually go out and recover it, and then they turn it into this, like a battleship. They just stole it from the Mormons, dude. It's so mean. But it works out in the end. Because after the arrows landed on Venus, it shot that thing out, and it made a big ring, like a big Stargate, at the end of the last book. So this book starts out with this guy. He's like just a crazy rebel belter guy. That they got all these ships guarding the ring, and they can detect if you have like your engine on and stuff. So he's doing what's called a slingshot maneuver, where they don't use their engine. They just use the thrusters, and they use the gravity from all these different planets, and they plot out this course. So like this gravity's going to pull me around here, and we'll slingshot over to this moon. It's going to whip me over here. That's going to take me over here, and it's going to slingshot me right through this fucking ring, and they're not going to detect me until it's too late. So he does that. He gets by everybody, and he just slams into like this speed limit inside the ring at 600 meters per second. He's flying through at like crazy speeds, so he just evaporates and becomes like a red mist on the inside of his ship, and he just splatters himself and gets killed. So then they got all these other ships that are going to go in slowly and investigate what's inside this ring, right? So they go in there, and then they got this news crew that's with Holden and the Rocinante guys. And I forgot how it all came about. There's a bunch of stuff that happens in the earlier part with the sabotage. Oh, yeah, Clarissa Mao, she blows up one of the UN ships, and they think Holden did it, and that's he had to retreat into the ring. So they all went in chasing him, and he gets there first, so he like goes to the center. There's this like ball, and that's where this kind of ghost of whatchamacallit, the guy from the first book, Miller, is in there. He's like this computer program that's like the whole purpose of this proto-molecule wasn't to like make these dudes. That was the Project Caliban that the humans did. It was made to make this starship, this ring, to make this big Stargate like 2 billion years earlier, but it fucked up and it got caught in the gravity of Jupiter or something like that. That's how it ended up on Phoebe Station. So when it finally does its thing on Venus and it makes that big ring, it's like 2 billion years later than it was expecting. So the purpose of it was there was this alien race that made the proto-molecule and the program to do this stuff to kind of form a network to all these other star systems, because there was something even more badass than they were that they were trying to like destroy and get away from, because it was like taking out galaxies and shit. It was so evil and immense and powerful. So that was 2 billion years ago, so they don't know if it still exists. All they know is like it's so dangerous that if they detect any kind of danger, if they think they might be in trouble, they just put energy into the sun and they just blow up the whole star system and just like supernova your solar system. So what they don't realize when they go in there super fast, they're freaking out that program. The program thinks they're dangerous, so it reduces the speed to 600 meters a second, which it thinks is safe. So then the Martian Marines go in after Holden to that little space station, and one of them shoots a grenade launcher, right? And the grenade launcher is like slow. It's like a baseball speed, like a 90-mile-an-hour thing, right? So it hurts one of these construct robots that's there to protect it. And he's like, oh shit, we got to change the speed limit again, because now it realizes the grenade launcher is dangerous. So then everything, all the spaceships outside going 600 meters a second, suddenly they're going 90 miles an hour. So then everybody in these spaceships that ain't like in a crash couch or like against a wall, they all just get splattered. It's just everybody's just fucking bloody messes everywhere. Just people's limbs are crippled. Everybody's fucked. Half the whole fleet, everybody's just fucking dead, dude. It's gross. So, yeah. So then there's like this huge bunch of fighting and stuff that goes on. Everybody ends up like taking all the people that are still alive off of most of the ships except for skeleton crews. They all get on the Behemoth. The Martians, the Earthers, everybody gets on the Behemoth. And there's this like rebellion. The guy that was running the Behemoth turned out to be kind of crazy, so they lock him up with Clarissa Mao, and he ends up getting loose again and going back, and he's trying to like shoot the ring and blow the ring up so he can get out of this speed limit and get back out to Earth. But he doesn't know if he does that, then it's going to see like, oh, the speed of a laser or whatever is now the new. Well, that would be even faster. That doesn't really make sense. But they say like it's just going to blow the sun up. If it sees that you're shooting a laser trying to destroy the ring, it's just going to blow up the sun. It's going to kill Earth, Mars, the Belt. Everybody's going to fucking die. If this guy Ashford ends up getting back in command. So they keep delaying him. They keep fucking with shit. They keep like putting all these like engineering tricks, and there's like this whole big long out battle between like elevator shafts and ductwork and airways and stuff. They're trying to like knock him out with nitrogen gas. The Marines got their armor stolen, and the bad guys took it, and then they got to like fight off Marines with guns, and it's just like a lot of people get killed. I think that guy Bull got killed. One of the Tycho engineers got killed. A lot of death. But all the preachers get together, or like that woman and this other woman that's a broadcaster got together, and they try to explain to everybody, like, if we turn all our engines off and take all our batteries out, then it's going to like power down. The ring's not going to see us as a threat anymore. It's going to take the speed limit off, and it's gonna, like, they don't know, but they're gonna open up the stargates to all these other systems. So that's really cool. And eventually, Clarissa Mao kind of betrays the bad guys and lets them in the room, and she becomes like a good guy again. But she's like got an ankle bracelet on. She's got like this thing she does with her tongue, and it like lets it, her endocrine system makes her super strong and fast for a minute, but it like fucks her up. So she's kind of like a superhero. So they got like put an ankle bracelet on her that makes her go to sleep if she uses it again. So she's kind of like joining Holden's crew for a while. So she's going to be on the crew now for like 5 weeks or something, but I'm sure something will happen. So, so then, that's the cool part, is that they stole the Mormons' generation ship, and now the Mormons can't go on their hundreds of years long journey, but now, all you gotta do is fly out to like Neptune, and you go into the ring, and you got all these billions of solar systems available. The Mormons can just go have their planet out there now. They don't even have to wait hundreds of years. So it all worked out. Mormons get to have their crazy planets and stuff. But they don't know if there's still aliens out there. The original people that made the proto-molecule, they don't know if there's like the even crazier bad guys are still out there. Probably are. There could be like other aliens that moved into those star systems that could come through and attack Earth. You never know what could happen. So it's like endless possibilities. I love it when it leaves. That's a good ending. When it's like endless possibilities at the end. So I know in the TV show there's a whole thing coming up now with Officer Rolla and Bobby come back into the picture. One of the Belter guys tries to take control. He starts like lobbing asteroids at Earth. Him and his son like have this whole big situation, and they have to fight those guys. So we haven't seen them yet. But here's what I'm confused about: where the fuck is Kamina Drama? Drama hasn't even appeared yet. And the other guy, the Belter, that it's like her mentor. They always wear those like harnesses. I thought his name might have been Ashford, but I think maybe there's a character in this named Pa. I'm thinking maybe Pa. I forgot what her first name was. Her last name was Pa. She's kind of like Asian, which Drummer is Asian, so that makes sense. So I'm thinking maybe they switched her name or something in the TV show. But fucking Drummer is like the best character, so I'm hoping she appears at some point. Like, why the fuck is she not in this yet? So the next book, Cibola Burn, I don't know if that's going to be with that guy I'm talking about, the Belter guy, or... Yeah, there's a lot of more names I'm not recommending. Havelock, I saw the name Havelock. That's the guy that was with Miller in the book 1. From the Tycho, or not Tycho, the other station he was on. So, today is Sunday. I gotta work today and tomorrow. The library opens back up on Monday. Because I'm planning on going back to the library, and they got Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I want to read that. Because it's almost, that'll be my September book. I don't know it's going to take me all September to read it, but it's a thick fucking boy. So I'm going to read Way of Kings, and I might read Warbreaker after that, because they don't have the second book yet. Or I might read Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin. But I think I can read this today and tomorrow, and then maybe I got to go to my mom's on Tuesday, and I might stay up there till like Thursday. So I'll finish this week, and then when I get back from my mom's, I'll go to the library, get Way of Kings, start Way of Kings on Friday when I go back to work. That's the plan. I don't know what Cibola means in this universe, but I know from studying on Duolingo, it means onion in like Portuguese or Italian, but it's like Cibola. Cibola. Cibola with an I. I don't know, but it would make sense because onions have layers. Maybe it's some kind of thing about having layers to like reality or stargates or something like that. Here, see, look at this. Why did they do this? Why didn't they keep the title on all the spines? They switched to James Corey as the big one, and they got the title as the little one. Why did they do this? This was bad design. Looks cool though. I thought there was another book I was going to talk about, but yeah, I think that's all.